Now I've welded a boss in the centre of this to take it from a taper to a parallel shaft, which is for the motor. The motor's got a 10mm diameter shaft, and this is a kart sprocket which we normally fit on a taper, so I've welded a bush in there, and then I've drilled a hole for a grub screw so that I can lock it to the shaft, but it's probably quite a long way out of balance, and the fact that it's going to be spinning at sort of 8,000 RPM, I'll need to balance it. So I'm just going to use this, which is a propeller balancer for a model aeroplane. And now that's mounted on there, we can see the lightest point is pretty much where I've drilled the hole. This is pretty low resistance because it's just on a pin with a magnet. So what I'm going to do is drill a couple of holes on the other side just to balance the weight up. Put some holes around the outside, and it's finally there. So this is the remake of the steering column to rack, where it got in the way of pedals. So I've taken one of my comments and turned the rack around. I added this sprocket. I'm going to run a little chain up to about here, which gives me the opportunity to move the column a bit further this way and up, so it gives a lot more clearance for pedals and feet. So I've got a little bracket there, rose joint on the end of there, another sprocket on the column. I've shortened this, that's got an Arlatron bush in. I've cleaned up where it was welded to here, and I'm just about to weld it back into place. And that's it, welded in place. The advantage of the rose joint is so that I can also tension the chain. And that's the shortened column. And it's now a bit more in line with where the person needs the steering wheel. This is the next part to make. And some of this is a bit of a Blue Peter. Here's one I made earlier. So this is a piece of mahogany, and what I did is bang a piece of alley in so I could hold it in the lathe and spin it. It was a square block, and that allowed me to make a wooden rim like that. This has been sanded and I've put some oil on it to seal it. And then for the steering wheel, I've made a boss for the centre, which has got a recess in for a badge, which is just a plastic type badge that will sit in there. It's got a thinner section on the back, and I've cut that out of a piece of sheet, and some spokes that I need to weld onto it and shape a bit better. That'll go in the middle, and steering wheel go like that. So I've got to weld those spokes onto that centre section. Oh, it's a bit of a tight fit. Weld those on there. And then what I'll do is break the wooden steering wheel, make some slots in the wood, fit it all together and glue the steering wheel back together. And that should be the wheel. Just milling the spokes to make sure they're straight after cutting them with a saw. the 3 pieces milled and welded. Just going to clean that up. So that's after a quick clean up with the polisher and the sander. A little bit more to go there. I'm going to start cutting this to the right shape next.